Hey guys, we're going to talk about the right way to hold your violin. Um, if you don't hold your violin right, then it makes it really hard for us to play. So, I'm going to teach you the 5 steps to how to hold our violin. Before we do that, I need to talk to you about a thing called a shoulder rest. The shoulder rest is what goes on the back of my violin, and it makes it easier for me to hold. If I don't have my shoulder rest, then the violin sits right on my collarbone. It sits right here, and it kind of hurts. So we have to have some type of shoulder rest. You can pick up one that's like mine that's made out of plastic, or you can get one that's made out of foam. It kind of looks like a sponge. My shoulder rest has 2 sides. One side is low, and one side is high, or one side is short, and one side is tall. When it's time to put your shoulder rest on your violin, the short side goes across from the chin rest. So I'm going to put mine on, and hopefully you can see while it's on my violin, this is the short side, and this is the tall side. I'm going to spin my violin just a little bit so you can see there's my chin rest, and right across from my chin rest is the short side. So that's how you put your shoulder rest on. Now, once you get your shoulder rest on and you know it's not going to fall apart, then we start in what we call rest position. Rest position starts with our feet, heels together, toes apart. My violin is under my right arm. It's probably a little goofy because you're looking at the screen and it's just different, but this, the hand that's waving, that's my right hand. So I'm going to put my right hand on my belly. It's a little easier for me because my belly sticks out. And then you put your violin under your right arm with the wood up against your shirt and the strings facing out. So in class, when we get together, we're going to say rest position, and this is what we need everybody to look like. Of course, you're going to have more hair than me. All right, and then we'll say step 1. Step 1, I'm going to take my left foot and go forward just a little bit. We do that so that we can distribute our weight a little better. It's a better stance so we don't fall down. All right, so that's step 1. Step 2 is I'm going to take my left hand and put it on the bout. Ooh, I wonder if we remember our names of the parts of the instrument. Take my left hand and put it on the bout. All right, that's step 2. Step 3 is I'm going to look to the left. Step 4, now you got to make sure you're holding on. You go to the front, to the side, upside down, and on your shoulder. And then I put my chin in the chin rest. So we're going to try that again. This is the rest position. Step 1, I'm going to move my left foot out in front just a little bit. Step 2, put my hand on the bout. Step 3, I'm looking to the left. And now I'm going to go to the front. Oh, this is step 4. To the front, to the side, upside down, and on my shoulder. Now, a couple of things about putting it on my shoulder. This little piece right here, the button, needs to go where your neck is. And then if you notice, I'm holding my violin on my shoulder, not on my chest. A lot of young people, when they start, they want to hold it like this so they can see a little better. But it actually goes up here, okay? So we're going to try again. Here we go. Here's rest position. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3 is turning my head. Step 4, we're going to go to the front, to the side, upside down, and on my shoulder. I'm going to put my chin in the chin rest. Now, for step 5, you have to have the shoulder rest. Step 5 is no hands. But if you don't have a shoulder rest, then your violin's going to fall, and that's bad. So, now all you have to do is practice your 5 steps and make sure that you're holding your violin properly. Have fun, guys. All right, now it's time to learn how to hold our bow. Our bow goes in our right hand, so make sure we're doing that correctly. I know it's still weird because we're looking at the computer screen, but remember, it goes on our right hand. So to start off with, let's just review a couple of things. This is the grip, this is the screw, and this is the frog. And this silver piece right here is called the ferrule. That's going to be super important here in a minute, okay? So what we start out with is I need you to make a monster with your right hand. Waka waka waka. All right, no big deal. Now I need you to make a chin on your monster. You see how my thumb went from being straight to now it's got a crook in it? Uh-huh. My fingers are straight. They're not like whoa or anything crazy like that. They're just right next to each other. So we go monster, chin on our monster. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bow and I'm going to feed it to my monster. My fingers are still straight across. Look how the tip of my thumb is touching the ferrule. Trying to move this around in as many different ways as we can. So the tip of my thumb is what you guys can see. If I do it wrong, then look how my thumb looks. You can kind of see the inside part of my thumb, where what we need to see is the tip of my thumb. If I'm doing it right, then you can see my thumbnail. All right, and then violin players, the last thing we do to make sure we hold our bow correctly is we put the tip of our pinky on top of the stick. So you can kind of check out my fingers. I don't know if you know the word perpendicular, right? Then my fingers are perpendicular to the stick of the bow. All right, and then there's a good look at my thumb. This is how we hold our bow. We don't hold it like a club. We don't do any kind of weird things like this or like that. So we're going to do it one more time. Start with a monster. Give your monster a chin. And then we feed the bow. All right. My fingers are perpendicular to the stick. And my thumb is straight up and down. You can see my thumb now. And then I'm going to put my pinky on top. All right. And then when you let go with your left hand, that's what it looks like. All right. Now it's time to go practice.